Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for Chapter 8, History, Part 3, Emergence of New Ideas and Religions. Now in our previous video, we already discussed about the two new religions which came into existence. Those were Jainism and Buddhism. This Jainism and Buddhism both were contemporary. Contemporary means they both were present at the same time. Buddhism was also there and Jainism was also there. Now we will go ahead with the Jainism. Now the followers of Jainism were known as Jains, and the 24th Tirthankar of Jainism, who was the founder of Jainism, was Vardhamana Mahavira. Okay, and he was 24th Tirthankar or teacher, or you can say guru. Now we will discuss about the life of the founder of the Jainism. That means Vardhamana Mahavira. He was born in Kundalgram. He was born in Kundalgram. Kundalgram is a village near Vaishali. It is in Bihar. And he born in 599 BC. Okay. Now he was a Kshatriya prince. Mahavira was the Kshatriya prince of Lichavis. Lichavis was the part of Vajji Sangh. You have already read about the Sangh. Okay. So you have already read about Sangha in your previous chapter. Now this Lichavis was the part of Vajji Sangh. Okay. And he was the prince of Lichavis. His father, named Siddharth, was head of Kshatriya clan. That is Kshatriya group. Okay. His father was the head of the Kshatriya group. He was the prince of the Lichavis. He was Kshatriya prince. Mother named Trishala. The name of mother was Trishala. Trishala was the princess of Lichavi clan. Okay. Now Mahavira was married to a girl named Yashoda. So his wife's name was Yashoda. Now he left his home at the age of 30. When he became 30 years old, he left his home in search of truth, in search of moksha. Okay? So this is the life of the Mahavira. Now, when he left the home at the age of 30 years, after that, for 12 years, he was living a life, a very hard life and lonely life. Okay? For 12 years, he lived a very hard and lonely life. Okay? Now, after living a very hard and lonely life, one day he was enlightened. Okay, one day he was enlightened. He attained the highest spiritual knowledge. He attained the highest spiritual knowledge, which is also called Kaivalya. Now let me remind you that we have already discussed, as per the Upanishad, there were 3 ways to reach moksha. Those were karma, that means whatever activities, whatever karma you are doing, whatever good things you are doing, as per that. Second was jnana. If you attain the highest spiritual knowledge, that means the true knowledge, that by that also you can reach to moksha. Third was bhakti marg. If you are having the divine devotion. Okay, so these three ways were there which leads to the moksha as per the Upanishad. Now here if you see, the Mahavira attained moksha through highest spiritual knowledge. That means Jnana. Okay, he reached the highest spiritual knowledge, that means Jnana. Now that is also called Kaivalya. So remember this. After attaining this highest spiritual knowledge, he was called Mahavira or Jina. Okay. Now Jina is word taken from Jaina. Jaina means the followers of Jainism. Okay, the followers of Jainism is Jaina, and from that the word Jina is taken. Jina means actually conqueror. Conqueror means if you have conquered something, if you have won something. Okay, so what he won, he actually conquered the highest spiritual knowledge. So that is why he was called Jina or Mahavira after getting enlightened. He passed away at the age of 72 years in Pavapuri. Pavapuri is near Rajgriha. Rajgriha is now called Rajgir. Rajgriha is now called Rajgir. So at Pavapuri, at the age of 72, Mahavira passed away, and that is in Bihar. Okay. Now Mahavira was known as Jina because he became conqueror by knowing the truth or by attaining the spiritual knowledge. Now we will discuss about the teachings of Jainism. So first is follow strictly rules of ahimsa. So in these rules of ahimsa, they were not in favor of killing or hunting living beings. That means no plant, no animal, no living being should be harmed, killed or hunted. Okay. So that kind of ahimsa they used to follow. So according to the teaching of Jainism, the people must follow the rule of ahimsa very strictly, not to hurt, not to kill any living being. Okay, because it is said that all beings long to life, to all things life is dear. Okay, so this was the statement of the teaching of Jainism. Second is, to know truth, people must leave their homes. Like Mahavira did, he left his home at the age of 30 and he lived a very hard and lonely life for 12 years. And after that he attained the moksha or the highest knowledge. So like this, the people must have to leave their homes to know the truth. Now Mahavira also lived very simple life after leaving his home. Okay, he used to beg for food, and like this he used to survive. Also he gave up his clothes. He was begging for food, he gave up his clothes also, and he was living very simple life. And this kind of hard and lonely life he lived for 12 years to get enlightenment. So like this, people must leave their homes. Next is be absolutely honest. people have to be absolutely honest in any situation. Be honest. That means not to steal anything. Do not steal anything. Okay. Next is, you must not tell a lie. Never tell a lie. After that, next was observe celibacy. That is brahmacharya. Okay, so you need to follow brahmacharya. They opposed all the religious rites and rituals. Like there were sacrifices, yajnas and the rituals which was being followed, right, in the Vedic religion. So if you see in that, the animals were killed, and that was totally against the first rule. Yes, according to the first rule, ahimsa must be followed strictly. So no plants, no animals, no living being should be killed. But in yajna, in Vedic religion, in sacrifices, the animals were killed. So they opposed all religious rites and rituals. Okay. Next we will go to 7th one. They did not accepted any form of discrimination. That discrimination, if you take men and women, gender discrimination, that was also not accepted. If you take the description among any of the other rich and poor, that kind of discrimination also should not be there. Okay. So according to them, all persons are equal. There should not be any discrimination. Okay. Next is, they believed in karma and moksha like Upanishad thinkers. Yes, we just discussed that there were according to the Upanishad, there are 3 ways to reach moksha. Yes, Gyan Marg, Karma Marg and the Bhakti Marg. So these 3 ways to reach moksha are mentioned in the Upanishad. The same is believed in Jainism. They also believe in karma and moksha. According to the Jainism, there is a cycle going on continuously. Okay, whatever work, whatever actions, whatever deeds you are doing here in this life, you will get the fruit in the next life. Okay, and like this you will be continuously going in a cycle. Birth, death, rebirth, then death, then rebirth. Like this the cycle is continuously going. Now here this cycle can be stopped, and that can be stopped by attaining moksha, and that can be attained by 3 ways as per the Upanishad. Okay. Now as per the Jainism, moksha can be achieved by 3 ratna. Moksha can be achieved by 3 ratna. 3 ratna. Ratna means gems. Okay. So you can attain the moksha by 3 ratna. So what are those 3 ratna? That is right knowledge, the true knowledge, the right knowledge, right belief, also the right conduct and action. So these are 3 ratna: right knowledge, right belief and right conduct and action. So 3 ratna, by these 3 ratna one can attain moksha as per the Jainism. Okay. Now here you don't be confused that 3 ways, which is Gyan Marg, Karma Marg and Bhakti Marg, that is as per Upanishad. Okay. As per Upanishad, one can attain moksha by 3 ways: Gyan Marg, Karma Marg and Bhakti Marg. As per Jainism, one can attain moksha by 3 ratna: right knowledge, right belief, right conduct and action. Now, here I can explain you, these are all different religions, right? And different religions have their different ways and different ways and different beliefs. Okay, so that is why there is difference. Now in Jainism they used Prakrit language. Now this Prakrit language was the common language which was spoken by the common people at that time. Okay, and that is why they choose the language Prakrit, so that people can understand. Now also Prakrit language was used in different parts of the country, and it was named differently in the different regions. Okay, for example, if you go to Magadha and Mithila, in Magadha Prakrit was known as Magdhi, and in Mithila it was known as Mathili. Okay, in Magadha it was known as Magdhi, and in Mithila it was known as Mathili. The same Prakrit language, okay? The same Prakrit language was having different names in different regions. Understood? So these were the main teachings of the Jainism. Follow strict rules of ahimsa. You have to leave your home if you want to know the truth. Now be absolutely honest. Do not steal anything. Do not tell a lie. Also observe celibacy, that is brahmacharya. Also they opposed all the religious rites and rituals because they were against the killing of animals, any of the killing of any of the living beings. Okay, they did not accepted any form of discrimination, whether it is gender discrimination, whether it is a status discrimination, whether it is caste discrimination. No discrimination they have accepted. Okay, that means according to them all people are equal. Okay, they were against this caste system. Now they believed in karma and moksha just like Upanishad thinkers, but the way was different. Upanishad thinkers were having Gyan Marg, Bhakti Marg and Karma Marg, but they were having Tri-Ratna, okay, and that is right knowledge, right belief, right conduct and action. They used Prakrit language, that also you need to keep in mind. Okay, I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.